Instead of editing the page, I want to go back to that gear and change Edit Site Layout. And that's usually where it lets me, if I click on the side, that's where we were before. Should be able to. It's really weird. If I click on Edit Horizontal, it works in a totally different way, which makes no sense to me. I don't know why they'd allow you to do it when it's horizontal, but watch. So I enabled the horizontal navigation by clicking this button, Horizontal Navigation, at the top. So I can also hide the sidebar the same way. Right now it's toggled on. I can tell because it's highlighted, so I'm going to click it to toggle it off. And that will remove the sidebar. One of the reasons I don't like using a sidebar sometimes is just that it takes up valuable space, especially if you're going to be embedding video and you want a good size like YouTube video right there. But I can change the site width to anything that I want in this same edit mode. I can also toggle off the header. Watch what this does. So if I disable the header, it gets rid of not just the name, but what else? Something we didn't point out yet that Google added automatically. Yeah, the search bar, which is actually really nice if you have a big website. Not vital if you only have 3 to 5 pages. I would argue you don't really need a search box on your website with 5 pages. If it's just an informational website, I wouldn't think that's vital. If it's a blog, I would definitely want to have a search there, because that implies that you're adding lots of content over time. But what happened when I turned on horizontal navigation? What's missing?
The other.
Yeah, didn't I have like 6 pages?
Yeah.
But I'm only seeing 1. This is also stupid. There's no excuse for this. Why? I mean, if I choose vertical, it will automatically put my buttons there, although it's making it a little problematic to move them around, just because we haven't found the right place to be messing with those yet. But on here, I actually have to click on that area to edit it, and then I have to add the pages one by one, which is so stupid. And can I select multiple at once? Yes. But it doesn't tell me that. So I have to know that if I click and hold my Shift key down, and then click OK, it doesn't work. They're all highlighted, but it's still only going to add the last one that you clicked on, unlike virtually any other software application I know of. So I do have to go and add each individual page. Now, not such a big deal when I have few pages, pretty big deal when I have a ton of pages. But what I do like is that they have these arrows and I can just move them around. So I was looking for the equivalent of this on the left-hand vertical. I don't know exactly where that is. We could look for that towards the end of class.
So if you set them up and you have a page beneath those pages, say you did have a page beneath clients.
Sure.
And then you want to have it, how do you actually get that to show? Can you go into the contact?
Let me show
page
you.
and then
Sure, let me show you. That's pretty cool when you're using the buttons. I have 3 different styles that I can choose from. I'm going to choose boxes. I like that one. And notice it will put boxes around them. So I think Julie's question is, if you have a sub-page and then you're using your horizontal, what happens? So let's close this. Let's create a new page and put it under the About page and call it More About Us. Notice I put the dashes. That's okay because I'm going to just delete this page. I really just want to see what it does. And I'm going to put it under, I want to choose a different location. So I actually want to, did you see what I did? I said I don't want to put it under Home. I want to put it under About. So I clicked Choose Different Location, selected About. And now I'm going to create it and see what it does. Because I have horizontal, it's not putting anything by default up there. Or is it? I'm going to click Save. And I'm going to go over About and click, and it didn't work. So I guess I might have to do it manually. But it does have, usually if it's underneath, it gives you a list of options. So it is a pull-down menu.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it did it automatically. But it looks like I will have to edit that. So again, I'm not going into edit mode. I'm going to the gear and choosing edit site layout.
I still have not been able to get the other ones next to the one tab all across. I think
Oh, I'll show you. So I once I edit horizontal navigation by clicking on it, and then I need to click add page. Ah, okay. Back. So from when I just have my page, I'm not clicking edit. Although I think there's a way to do it under edit too now. If you go to edit layout, no. I thought they added a way to do it this way, but the way that I learned is here, going to the gear and edit site layout,
That's where I'm going. That's what I did.
and you have horizontal navigation selected, right?
Right.
Then you're clicking on here.
On here.
Yep.
And then.
And then you can move them around, or to add a page, I'm going to click on add page.
Mm-hmm.
And let's add wrong. Oh no, not wrong. Let's add the one that's in about, that more about us. And what I want to do is go up, up, and then in. What do they use? They probably call that left or right, or indent. So I think if I indent that more about us under about, and then click save or OK, and then close, now I should, when I mouse over, it's going to give me whatever other pages. So it worked for me. It gave me that extra page. So again, very handy if you have a lot of pages. What's not working right?
I pressed the back button and then went all the way back.
Ah, yes.
But
Yes, if you don't save, it won't save.
And it makes you reopen the add page every
Yep.
time.
it does.
So right now we're in what I would call meta design mode. When you're dealing with page structures and hierarchy, it really is not web design. It's meta design. You're organizing stuff. You're thinking about stuff. It's not fun for most people unless you're a serious control type A, in which case you love going in and moving hierarchies around and getting in there just like, what's his name? The film Aviator. I can't remember his name. That guy. Anyway, that's not fun. We're here to learn web design. So if you have some pages, why do I think Google Sites is a really good choice for creating a rapid prototype of your site? Well, you just created 4, 5, 6 pages in a few minutes. You now have a container for your content. So you could have waited to do this until the week before the project is due. But what I'm going to encourage you to do is build the website now. So using the tools that you have here, you have until Monday to actually, you could literally, some of you probably did structure it the way that you would want for your project already. If not, you can just go back and change the names, whatever it is. I just didn't want to do that initially because of the address thing.
Can we get pictures?
Yes. So how do we add the actual
I
content?
started mine.
Sure.
But I when I got to pictures, I was like, no, I don't want it to get too messy, so I just did the layout.
Well, let's add a picture. So Julie and I are creating a website for this meetup group that we have that's starting to evolve into sort of a consultancy. So I created some initial, let's see, let's open up Photoshop. If I want to add a logo, say, which is something that would be really cool to have for your websites, I'm going to edit my home page. And I can insert image. So when you're in edit mode and you click on insert, this is absolutely the real power of Google Sites versus almost any other online design tool for web design. Because look at all the things that I can insert into my page. Not just images and links, but let me go over and see, oh, I can add text boxes in HTML. What do you think an HTML box would be? It's not a text box because that's right above it.
A box with the HTML code inside it?
Yeah, I could create, I could almost embed.
No idea.
No, that's exactly it. So if HTML code is how you create an HTML page, but also all content, like what about this? What if I go to YouTube? What if I want to embed video in my page, right? So let me go to Video Manager. And I have some other really verbose tutorials from another class. So I'll click on the Illustrator one, say. And I'm going to click Share. Oh, and that's still private. So let's just grab one that's already public. So if once the video is public, I can click Share and then Embed. And it will generate HTML code. I'm going to copy that code, go back to my web page, and choose that HTML box, and then paste that code. And click Save, if it lets me. Click Save again. Doesn't like it, which is stupid because I can do it another way that's even easier. Blah. Well, ideally, you should be able to put any code you want in there, but Google says, I don't like that code. Fortunately, you also have the option to just insert video by default, or loading page. The reason I think Google Sites is going to work for most of your projects is that if you're already creating content in Google Drive, Google Docs, YouTube, if you're using those tools, it makes it really easy to embed them directly into any of your pages. You can embed a calendar page if you're having an event that involves like ongoing things that you want to show on a calendar. It's really easy to do that. What I'm going to do is remove that HTML box since it messed up my code, and I'm just going to go into Edit. No.
You're going to use HTML box to embed your video?
Yeah, in other words, you can put any code that you want, and since YouTube generates code, I thought, oh, well, that's an easy way to get some code that I might want to put. But we can do it by just clicking the HTML button, which is also a way that we can insert HTML code. The difference between the HTML box and putting it here is the box lets us limit where that code is on the page without needing to know HTML. But I just want to put a video in, so I'm going to click Save.